Hello and welcome back to another painting video. Today we are going to be painting this Primaris Chaplain for our Black Templars Army. You can see I put a shoulder pad on him. So that means he's in the Black Templars, okay? So this one's going to be a little weird because we're going to start with this dark gray. But it's going to be a little weird because usually my Black Templars, their coats are red. But the chaplains, their coats are black. I mean, it's not like they're usually white, and because I'm doing the white things black. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn between doing it black or doing it white. I mean, or red. I'm kind of torn between black or red for them. So we're gonna try to figure that out as we go along. I'm probably gonna leave it black for simplicity. Especially we got a lot going on with this model, so it's probably just easier to leave it. Okay, and then we go to dark blue gray. Make sure we're getting the cloth, because if we are going to leave it black, it's best to have it be all the Lux that we're using. You know, maybe we can find a way to add red into here. Maybe I'll just do it red. Screw it, we're going red on it. Okay. So that's our base coat for the armor. I mean, our armor done. Like, it's not the base coat, it's the armor. So now for the red, we're gonna go into dark vermilion for most of it. For the cloak and the gun, all that stuff. So let's get this starting to get a coat on here. This is going to be kind of a pain just because it's very thin red. Maybe we'll leave the inside black, the inside of it black. So it's like a two-tone, like kind of like how High Marshal Helbrecht's cape is. So let's just keep pushing forward here. Make sure we're getting all the edges and ins and outs here. Get his little coat situation here. Gotta kind of work through this model here, getting all the little odds and ends in there. The back. These are the experiments that you gotta try if you want to make your army unique, right? Like, the woods is gonna leave him black, but you know, my army I'm using red for a lot of the cloaks, and you know, if I want it to stand out as mine, I think this is a very fair experiment to do. We gotta get this gun here. Just trying to get this like outer casing here. You can probably see it better here, but we're just trying to get this bit here. So far we have to kind of paint over all of this, so forget those details right now. If we want this color to pop out, we need to do a good coat of it. We also need to get those purity seals started as well while we're here in this step. If you want to focus most of your attention to the front of the model, that's fair. It's where mostly it'll be viewed from, but it's also important to pay attention to the back as well, because I mean, when you're playing, it's mostly what you're going to be seeing. So, do you want your opponent to look at something cool, or do you want to look at something cool? Get this more thin here. I don't think the bubbles dry on here, but they are annoying. It can be darker as it gets closer towards his armor down here for this headpiece. But we do want the most brightness up there, because that's where we want people to look when they're looking at it. I don't know if I paint this red, if that's going to be too much red on him. It's usually red on my models, the little handles here, which we'll go for it for now, but I reserve the right to change it later. I mean, that's the thing about painting, right? Is it's not permanent. You could always paint over it and do it again. So don't be afraid to try stuff out. There we go. So he is redded up. So now let's get into our whites, just because he has a lot more than normal. Now, for these, I think we're just probably gonna do that with it. The face I should have done before I did the hood, but we're okay since we have the red paint still on our palette here. We can just kind of do a quick overcoat with it really quick and then go back over with the red to cover this up. We can also fix those areas. While we're here, we get the shoulder pads and we'll paint it all white except the outsides. And then we'll get our gold to cover all of this later. It just doesn't make sense to worry about it right this second. And then same thing this side. We can paint over and we'll get our black to paint over the Black Templar symbol later. So we just do some base coats there. Now what we can do is get some light dry brushing over some of this area here that I'm going to be putting the gold on later, just to have it pop a little bit more. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the browns. We're gonna start with our whole red first, to get that, to get ourselves some good base coats here on all of this, everything, all the belt, the holster, everything here, the pouches. Now you can see like here, like when I was worried on that last one that it's too warm of a brown to go for all of this, but we are going to be fixing it with some other colors, so it's okay at this point. Let's get the book here, just get the strap, all that. The pouches here. Now let's get back into that white really quick. And we can get the pages of the book. And we did splash, so we can kind of wipe it right now to get it clean. Okay, so now we can, this is probably dry enough to do our second coat on. And same here. Oh, and then don't forget to get our iron halo here. The skull is also going to be gold. Just got to get these little gold areas kind of prepped here. Okay, so now we're going to go into our scarlet for the rest of the red to kind of highlight it out and bring in a brighter bit of color to it. And we're just gonna try to stick to the high points here, ignoring the low points, just so that we have a nice highlight of the edges. Ooh, we don't want that. For his head, we go here. Don't want that. We're just kind of fixing that. Now for here, make sure we're getting that edge. We have a barking dog. Make sure this is thinned enough. And the shadow of his arm would cover most of that. On his gun here, we can just get the top. And then okay, so now let's go in with our Hope Light Gold. I want to get all of these little pieces, and the chains will leave. The chains will be a different color, but all of this is gold. All that glitters is gold. All his gold. He's got a lot of gold on him. He's got this rosary on his hand. iron halo. Okay, and we gotta get the backs of the thing here, and then there's like these little things on the book. We'll get those, and then the rest will be silver, and we'll get this little hangy dude off the gun with the gold as well. Okay, now we're going to move into our gunmetals. For the silvery metallics, so we're going to get all of that. Probably the hose here. I want the rails on the gun. The top part here, I like to get these silver. I know a lot of people do them gold, but this is mine. This is my model. Oh, and then we gotta get the barrel as well. As well as a little gas port at the bottom here. Get some of that. And then the insides of here. Oh, I know we do like the whole like thing too. We do like that. I'm remembering. And I think the little, these guys get painted. And then we're gonna get the outside of this book. Then I think getting the skulls, our skull buttons. They're totally buttons. And then for this, I said I was gonna do gold since he is a chaplain. I don't know if that means anything. If that means he does a little bit more heraldry on him. We'll put that there. Now we're gonna go into leather brown for our browns. Before we forget, and we're gonna get most of our browns here with this. So that doles them out a little bit for us. Get this one. Go back to our gunmetal to get the belt buckles. that we forgot over here. Then we're going to go into US Field Drab for the purity seals and pennants. While that's drying, we'll go back into our leather brown to get these pouches back here. Then we're gonna go into our blue, black, gray, black color here. To fix, we're gonna reline our things here. And get the symbol. All done. Yeah, haven't really perfected my accuracy to really get those to be great. But we can go into our gold for a second here and then get that piece. Now we're gonna get our German camo beige World War II. And we're gonna kind of wet blend over the top of our US Field Drab color. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sketchy is good too. Like that. You can ignore the other side there. Okay, now we can get our black wash Known Oil for the metallics. So we're gonna get it in here, on this, on the belt, color a little bit on the gun. Want it in the face. And we want it on those pages in there. And then we want our brown wash, Agrax Shade, for other pieces. So we want to get here we can get here. Get in here. This is where we really wanted it, is we wanted it on the book here. And then lastly, we'll take that little bit of red that we have and try to get the eyes really fast. You don't want it too watery though, because it'll just spill out and ruin everything. And then we'll take our deep sky blue that we use to light the inside of those little these little guys. Just put it right there. And that is how we paint our chaplain for our Black Templars Army. As usual, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.